Thank you for tuning in to Radicards.com. I'm your host, Patrick Greeno, and today we're going to be talking about some cards I picked up at a card show that happens here, I guess, every couple months. It's in a mall, and I've known the guys that have run the show for since the mid-'90s. I've known them for a long, long time. I've kind of grown up with them in that way. They've always been really great guys to me. So. One gentleman he's always had this really great bargain box, and I've always gone about this show with an interest just to look through this box, and so I look at stuff in the showcase and I go to the box and I just end up like sifting through his like a 3,200 count box and then pulling some fun stuff out. And the other gentleman, similar things, and so. We're going to go through a little short stack here of stuff I acquired today, and we'll just start off with a 1969 Drysdale. Who can't go wrong with this, right? Even the condition is not great. It was in a dollar box. I figured, like, great picture for his era. Awesome card from 1969 Topps. It's a classic set. I've always liked the pink backs on these, just a really unique concept for this era. Some of those early 60s sets had these very bright colored backs to them. I always liked that. But the 69 set is known for the Reggie Jackson rookie card and the Mickey Mantle, the final Mickey Mantle card before he hung it up. And the Mickey Mantle card has the white lettered variation for his last name. And the yellow letter variation for his last name. The yellow letter is more common than the white. White holds significantly more value. But this is just one of those cards that's, great card to have from the same set. The Don Drysdale from 1969 Topps. Actually, going through the box, I also found this Phil Necro from the same set. It's got a crease on the y-axis toward the middle of the card, roughly. It's not in great shape, but I don't really care. It's a classic card of a great player, and I was happy to add it for $1. So good stuff. Phil Necro, 1969 Topps, in a very low grade. I'd say it's a 1 or 2. That's pretty low, but it's good stuff. And oops. This is cool. This is the I got this even though I have it, but this card is so this is 1998 Leaf, I think, what is it? Yeah, Fractal Materials, just the standard Fractal Materials card. I bought this because the centering is horrendous on this card. It's just so terrible. I don't see them this bad in 1998. This is like unbelievably bad centering for this card. Like I said, I already have this, so let's just go in my doubles box, but it's still kind of cool to have a variation this horrendous. Even the back, check this out. This is cool. Look at the back centering on that. I mean, the text almost trails off the card on the right. It's just kind of funny. I always thought that in 1998 quality control was pretty rigid, stringent. So stuff like this is just rarer to find during those late years of the 90s. You might find stuff like this more commonly in like the early 80s. It's just rare to find it in late 90s stuff. This is 1998 Leaf Fractal Materials, Frank Thomas. It's actually serial number to 3250. Right, but obviously there's a die-cut version and a bunch of other variations of the card. I actually wrote an extensive article on the set on Radicards. Just type in 1998 Leaf in the search box for the blog, Radicards.com. And you can see all the different versions of this card. There's just kind of a showcase of what's available for the set. Every player has a bunch of different cards with different print runs, depending on where they fall in the set. So, really cool stuff. This is the first one of these I've acquired. This is 1995 Bowman Scott Rowland rookie card. I don't know why I never picked this up. I think I just never really saw it in bargain bins. Maybe it's because people just didn't think it was worth much. So it was put in commons boxes, or they thought it was worth more than putting it in bargain bins. I don't really know why, but I just never really stumbled upon this card out and about when I'm at shops and shows and stuff. So glad to have at least one example of this card, at least right now. This is my first one. Maybe I'll get more in the future, who knows. But this comes in a silver variety and also a gold variety. The gold is, I guess, somewhat more desirable. Great card to have. I think 95 Bowman did a good job with the subset featuring prospects because it's like a hollow sparkle foil thing that they do for these. Really cool stuff. I really like the 95 Bowman set. I think it's a great set. Obviously, it's packed with prospects. Who doesn't love that? Bowman's really evolved into what is today, autographs and various parallels and print runs and things, but still a great product, as always. So, 1995 Bowman, Scott Rowland. Speaking of Scott Rowland, this is 1995 SP Top Prospects Scott Rowland. Doesn't really qualify as a rookie card. It's actually a minor league card. Upper Deck did some of these minor league sets in the mid 90s. And they feature a lot of these guys that came up and did well for themselves. You could find Paul Konerko, Vladimir Guerrero, Andrew Jones, just a lot of the guys that became popular in the late 90s or mid to late 90s. A lot of them can be found in these minor league sets. So not completely rare. They're not as common as the mainstream issues because it's a minor league product that didn't have the same kind of marketing that mainstream products did. So, but they're available. Stuff's available if you search for it. So cool stuff. I like this set because it comes by default die cut like that on the top, and they've got a classic hollow, like not a hollow foil finish. It's just a flat foil finish on the fronts of these cards. Kind of something that makes the cards pop a little bit. If they did a hollow foil variation, that I think would have been really awesome to do. But I think that maybe a little bit more flashy than necessary back then. But I like to see stuff like that. Certain products where I'm like, oh, that could have been done with a refractor finish or a hollow foil finish. So this is one that, even though it's just flat foil, I think it does really well. It looks really nice. So this is the 1995 SP Top Prospects, Scott Rowland. Speaking of cards from the same set, this is the Andrew Jones from the same set. Cool stuff. I like these cards. I think they're great. And these are two guys that are also found in the 1995 Bowman releases and Bowman's Best. And so this is the same card that we saw previously with Scott Rowland, but this is the Andrew Jones. I always thought something interesting about Andrew Jones. His first name is spelled very interestingly. Instead of Andrew, it's Andruw. Very unique. So, good stuff on that one. This is cool. This is 1992 Topps with Chipper Jones, but this is the Gold Winners card. Now, I've never seen this example in person, and I've never come across it online because I don't really seek out Chipper Jones stuff. At least not at this time. Maybe I should now. He's in Hall of Fame. But this is the 1992 Topps Gold Winners parallel. The Gold Winners card for this is cool because all the nameplates are in gold, but the Winners is listed at the top across the header. I think it's very unique to see that. I just dig this card. It's cool. It's obviously not Chipper Jones' rookie card, but it's certainly one of those earlier year cards of his. It features him anyway. It's cool stuff. Card is not in great shape, but 97 Bowman International, Ken Griffey Jr. There's a ding on the top, the header there. I was like, you know what? I always like this set. I'm just going to grab it. Sort of a throw-in a way. But definitely a great card to have. This is the 1997 Bowman International. This was the first year that Chrome came out in 1997. Obviously, this not being the Chrome example. I think that's why I struggled a little bit identifying this when we were talking about Andrew Jones for a minute ago. Bowman's Best was launched in 1994, and Bowman Chrome was launched in 1997. And so I have to remember that there's new divisions coming out in those early years of the 90s into the late years of the 90s. With things, Topps Chrome came out in 1996. these really significant sets came out those years that have carried on over the years, and I just really dig these sets a lot. This being the Bowman International with the black borders is always a struggle with condition, but I think they're great. I like the flags in the background. They're nice to look at. The different, based on where you're from, you're going to see different nationalities showcased in this set. Cool idea. This is the 1997 Bowman International King Griffey Jr. Alright, so speaking of mint condition vintage cards, okay? Now think if you had like a bucket of motor oil that's sitting next to your card collection, because we all know how frequently that happens. And you're going through your San Diego Padres cards, and you're like, wow, this is cool. This is a Willie McCovey from 1975. I think it'd be a good idea to stick this halfway into that bucket of motor oil, because, you know, that happens. And this is what happens, you know, when you do that. Is that you have a little half of the card that looks normal, it's a normal condition, and the other half of the card is doused in the motor oil, because that improves and enhances the investment potential of your cards. Everybody knows that. Hey, it's science. I didn't invent this kind of thinking, okay? You know, I have this category on Radicards where I talk about cards that are just completely hammered, just destroyed beyond belief. This might meet that threshold in that capacity, because it's such a rare occurrence of something happening to a card in this capacity. But hope you enjoy it. Comment down below if you do. So this is cool. I found this in another dealer's booth in the bargain bin. It's pretty sharp shape. This is the 1987 Fleer Glossy Cal Ripken Jr. I always liked the set. The gradient blue to white, top to bottom, I thought was great. Great looking set with a lot of stars and superstars in the set. The famous Bonds rookies in this set. You know, I've noticed that the Glossy is considered a more premium example of the regular 87 Fleer cards, but their multiplier in value is not that much different than the base cards, but they should be different. Logically speaking, them being premium, they should be a lesser print run, hence more value. But these are found all over the place. They're everywhere. It seems that way anyway. This is the Ripken. Wasn't sure if I had the Glossy version, but I was like, if I have it, whatever, 2 is fine. And I picked this one up. I always liked Ripken, so I love the set, and so it just made sense. This is the 87 Fleer Glossy Cal Ripken Jr. Oh, let's see here. I'll show you one of these of a set I'm working on. 94 Collector's Choice Gold Signature. These were 1 a box, so 1 per 36 packs. And so they were that rare. In fact, 92 Topps Gold, if you don't consider the gold set that you can buy in a brick, if you were to put the set together and hand collate it, they were also inserted 1 per box. So very tough insertion ratios on these gold signatures. I've always liked this set. I bought a lot of 94 Collector's Choice back in 94 when it came out. I like those foil packs with the various colors, the greens, yellow, blue, and red, featuring David Justice, King Griffey Jr., I think it was Mike Piazza, and maybe Barry Bonds in the blue, if I think I'm correct on who was showcased on the front of those packs. I really like this product. It's a great set. I'm still need quite a few cards, but I'm chipping away pretty well on it. And I found 2 more cards to add to my set today, Frank Voila and Tim Belcher. Frank Voila was a great pitcher in his day. I remember his 83 Topps rookie being, a good card to have affordable. I have a couple of those. I like that card. Very young. He has an interesting look to him. So good stuff. This is 1994 Collector's Choice Gold Signatures. And what else can I show you here? Oh yeah, so 1994 Ultra Rising Stars. I really love this set. I think anything that incorporates planets is tactful, and I like the way this one's done. I don't know which cards I still need in this set, so I found 3 in a bargain bin today: John Olerud, Marcus Grissom, and Kenny Lofton. I think I've got Lofton already, but I don't think I've got Olerud. Now I do. So I've always liked this set. I pulled one of these cards back in '94, and I was like, man, these are really sharp. You've got the like sparkle silver foil, hollow foil on the bottom there. It's just really awesome. The planets in the background with the silver flat foil Fleer Ultra logo and the nameplate. And the planets go all the way to the edge. It's just a really great set, just really well done. '94 Ultra was full of interesting insert sets. This is one of my favorites. 12 cards in the set. A lot of these guys were stars in their day. Mike Piazza has a card in this set. In fact, I think his card is the one that is the most desirable in the set. So good stuff. Really love these cards a lot. And that concludes today's review. This is the 1994 Ultra Rising Stars insert set, and this particular card is of Kenny Lofton. All right, I hope that you liked that. If you did, maybe post a comment somewhere where you're watching this, if you're on the blog or on YouTube. I encourage you to check out the blog if you're on YouTube. There's tons and tons of articles there, lots of education on sets and just all kinds of cool stuff I've written about over the years. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in to Radicards.com. I'm your host, Patrick Greeno. And until next time, enjoy collecting.
If you like this content, please subscribe. Thank you. Enjoy collecting.